Welcome everybody at the INSPIRELI live talk number 15, and it is the questions and answers of the Zahradky Castle competition. Zahradky Castle competition is a part of the INSPIRELI Awards, which is a free theme competition that we have been organizing for you for 10 years now. It is our Jubilee 10th edition. My name is Mariana Bahalová, and I am the CEO of INSPIRELI Education, the educational part of INSPIRELI, and I will be your host for today. And alongside with me, we have Karel Smejkal, who is the co-founder of INSPIRELI Awards and the main visionary behind it all. And I would like to hand the microphone right to you, Karel.
Thank you, Mariana. Hello, everybody in this room, and hello to our entire community on our social media. I'm very proud that we can host you all here and that we can share the ideas and the crucial information about our new competition, which is the the Zahradky Castle. And it's a competition for our most prestigious and oldest university in Czech Republic, the Charles University, which is for me absolutely amazing situation, and we are really proud about it. And thank you, and I'm really looking forward to hear your questions, to hear a new information about this competition, and we are all looking forward to have the outcomes from this nice, beautiful situation and event. So, Mariana, go on.
Thank you, Karel. Yes, so that you know what we are going to be hearing today, we will have our two wonderful guests I would like to now introduce. The first one is Mr. Aleš Černín, who is the member of the Zahradky Municipality Council. So he will tell us a little bit more about the location, the town, and the castle itself. And the second guest is Mr. Brandtlík, who is the investment technician at the Charles University, and he has a presentation prepared for us about what is expected from the perspective of the Charles University, little brief and a little walk through all the documentation and the photographies that you can see on our website. So after these two short presentations, there will be time and space for your questions. So please feel free to ask. When the time comes, you can raise your hand. I will tell you one more time. And this is really just a casual talk. So we invite you to not be shy and ask questions so that everybody else can benefit from it. We will also post this recording afterwards on the website so that you can come back to it and re-listen the answers or see the presentation as well. So I think let's dive right into it, and I would like to invite Mr. Černín. If you can tell us a little bit about Can you hear us? Unmute. Aleš, you need to unmute yourself. Aleš, we can't hear you. If you can please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now? Let me introduce myself at the beginning. My name is... Oh. What's happened?
Seems like there is something wrong. Maybe you have two devices on. I can hear it from a different.
Is better connection or not at the moment?
No.
So now, can you hear me?
Yeah, let's try.
Just a moment. A few minutes.
I think now it sounds good.
Few minutes. Again, can you hear me again?
Yes, it's great now.
Hello.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
thank you very much. Let me introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Aleš Černín, and I am CEO of New Water Group company. But for our project, it's very important. I am member of council of municipal village Zahradky, and let me introduce how I joined with people from INSPIRELI and university, because I've been living in Zahradky more than 12 years. And last year, university wanted to sell the whole area, because it's necessary to say that the castle of Zahradky is one of the dominant of this region. This is the castle from 16th century, maybe older. Yeah, and this castle was rebuilt in the 19th century, and this is the absolutely dominant of our region, and whole region is protected by Institute of Monuments Care. And it's necessary to say that the castle was destroyed by fire in 2004, and the roof of the castle and the second floor was absolutely destroyed. And more than 20 years, we try to find some new sustainability and new project for this monument in the village of Zahradky, together with university. Short, briefly introduction of this, and I believe that we are at in the beginning of the very interesting project, and the people from over the world help us to find very good sustainability and purpose of these historical monuments. It's enough.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for the introduction. I think a lot of important information was said. And now let's move to Mr. Brandtlík. You can start sharing your screen and show us then what you have prepared for us.
So, hello, just can you hear me, please?
Yes, it's perfect.
And do you see a presentation?
We do, yes.
Okay, so thank you all for joining us today, and thank you all for your interest in our competition. My name is Jiří Brandtlík, and I work at Charles University at their construction department. And for this project, I am responsible for answering your question regarding most likely the technical part of this competition. So, about castle and about our competition. I will be talking about a few things about this, about the premises, about our goals, our requirement, and so on. So just a quick introduction. What we are expecting from you from this competition. We are expecting that you design some reimagine the Zahradky Castle premises as, for example, and for use as a multifunctional space for example, conferences, leisure and community engagement, and we expect it to be in a, some kind of ideological design. And so in this competition, we also have some few primary goals, and it is restore and repurpose the castle premises. And in this competition, you should focus on a few areas, and it is preserving the historical exteriors. As was mentioned before, the castle and their surroundings are national monuments. So we expect to preserve the historical exteriors of all buildings and all premises connected to this competition. Also, we would like from you to integrate some modern, sustainable design elements in this competition. And also, all the premises should be used as multifunctional use. Next thing I am going to talk about is just a short overview of the premises of the area you will be working with. Basically, we can divide the areas on two parts. The park area you may see over here, and the area connected to the farmhouse. At the park area, you will find a castle, you will find the orangery, you will find the custodian house, and small greenhouse. All the premises of the park is enclosed. Outside the park area, you may find the farmhouse with connected with land that is connected to the farmhouse. And let's see, let's look for individual building. As mentioned, Zahradky Castle was built in, let's say, 16th century. It's a historically significant building. It's a fourth-wing multi-floor building. It has one basement, three above-ground floors, and an attic. Just to clarify, when I'm talking about above ground stories, I will be mentioning like ground floor, first floor, second floor, and so on. So I would like to avoid some miscommunication and stuff like that. As was mentioned, castle is listed as cultural monument and require exterior preservation. Unfortunately, current state of the castle isn't in good condition because it was fire damaged. Most likely, northwest wing was damaged by fire, and also roof was completely damaged by fire. In some parts of the building are missing ceiling. There is some structural damage that was caused by fire. And also there are some missing and broken windows in all castle building. Next building you will be working with is a farmhouse. It's located outside the park premises. It's made of two L-shaped building, and buildings are not connected. You may see that there are two L-shaped buildings that are not connected. Northeast building has one basement, two above ground floors, and an attic. In the past, there were restaurant, kitchen facilities connected to kitchen, offices, storages, stables, and so on. Next building is southwest building, and this building has just one ground floor and an attic, and it was used as storage and stables. Also, the building has closed courtyard, and the roof of the building it's a gable roof. Also, current stage of the building isn't in good shape. There is structural damage in some parts of the building, mostly on the northwest part of the building, because the building is partially waterlogged. The building hasn't been maintained since 1945, and in these days the building isn't used. It's basically abandoned. Next building is a custodian house. It's rectangular. It's built on a rectangular floor plan. It has one basement, ground floor, and an attic. Also, it has a hip roof. Sorry. And the current state of the building, it is in a pretty good structure and technical condition, because this building went to complete renovation at the end of the century. This century. Next building we are talking about is orangery. It's a small building that has basically two parts. On the south part of the building in the past was glazed, and it has steel construction. And on the north part of the building, in the history there were placed some technical facilities like heating and so on. Also, it has two realities and the east and west side of the building. And current state of the building, it is unfortunately the glazing isn't there anymore, but the steel construction went through some renovation a few years ago. It has new painting and so on. Also, there is building has limited maintenance, and also there is no major structural damage to the main story of this building. Next building that is located on the premises of Castle Park is just small greenhouse. It is just discussion what we want to do with this building. Maybe this building should be demolished or so. If you have some ideas what to do with that, feel free to do it. Next part of the renovation is park. How I mentioned, park is enclosed, and we require for the park some renovation, but the exterior look of the park should be preserved. So, for example, some roads, statues, fountain, and stuff like that should be preserved. And next, we have some requirements for design. Basically what we want. Maybe good information or good thing for you is that you will have most likely a free hand in design. Basically, you are supposed to do what you want, but still we have some requirements or some ideas what we would like to see in your designs. As mentioned before, castle should have preserved the external appearance of the castle because of it is historical monument. Also, we would like to see some space for exhibition and restaurants on the ground floor, and upper floors should be used, or there should be place, for example, some lecture halls or some accommodation for people that will be visiting castle. Also on a farmhouse, there should be, for example, some municipal information center, maybe some historic place for historical.
Jiří, can you? We can't hear you anymore. I don't know if it's just my connection, but yes. Jiří, we can't hear you right now. I don't know.
I can hear you too. Bad connection, I think.
Okay. I don't know if Jiří knows because he keeps presenting, but Jiří,
It's possible.
right now we cannot hear you. Can you try to mute and unmute yourself one more time? Jana, can you write to Mr. Brandtlík?
Yes.
I think we have a little technical hiccups. Anyways, I can be a voiceover of of Jiří's presentation. As now we have the frequently asked questions, and mostly you asked about how many students can be in a group. There is no limitations to the people in the group. It can be as big as you want, or you can work as a single student. Then the next question you were asking was about the CAD files. And the CAD files have been added as of 2 days ago. We have added new CAD files, so new DWG files. You can download them. So now there should be all for all the buildings. So you don't have to go through it again. And yeah, since we still cannot hear you, but I think you have seen most of the important.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Oh yes, now we can.
I'm so sorry. My headphones just
They died.
went off. They died. So I'm sorry. I don't know what you hear last time.
It's okay. Maybe if you want to go back to the limitations.
Okay.
I spoke about the frequently asked questions.
Okay.
Briefly.
So requirement for the design.
Yeah. So we could hear up till the castle. So we heard the castle, but we didn't hear the farmhouse.
I'm sorry for that. So again, we have some requirement for design. As mentioned, you are freehand in your design. Basically, you can do everything you can imagine to do with few requirements or that we would like to see in your designs. As mentioned, in the castle, we would like to see some space for exhibitions, restaurants, some place for lecture halls, and some accommodation. At the farmhouse, we would like to see some place for a municipal information center or some space for exhibit or cafe. At the orangery, that could be place for some small events, community gathering, and so on. And also about park, Castle Park, the external appearance of the park should be maintained, but you still could place some interesting, for example, some playgrounds and stuff like that. So basically, that's all from me just now.
Yeah, and maybe one more slide. You had
Yes.
the comments for. If I can see the next slide. We know about the deadlines and the prices. That's fine. Okay. Yes, I've talked about these, so
Okay.
I think we're good. Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Jiří. That is great. There is a
Thank you, and I'm again sorry for my headphones.
No worries. It happens, but stay with us. And I think it's time to move to more of your questions. So now it is the open ground for all of you. If you have a question, you can use the Zoom raise your hand. So we'll see you want to say something, or you can just unmute yourself and come speak up. So is there anybody I am not seeing who wants to say something first? All right. Karel, your time.
Yes. Maybe I have to say before that in case there will be no questions, I will call you directly, and it will be even worse. However, Jiří, I have a first question. I understand that you offer, let's say, open competition with all possible designs. But my question is, because personally I like connection between the modern architecture and old one. And do you really believe that it would be possible in case there will be really beautiful, really modern design connecting with the old castle, if it is possible to build it, honestly, because I wish, yeah, but that's the question.
Honestly, I'm not sure because there still be some restriction, for example, from our Ministry of Culture. So yes, it would be nice to have some super modern design and stuff like that, but still it could be problematic around the some restriction we have for this kind of buildings. So we would like to keep the external part of the building, so external look of the building to keep, but interiors, basically you can do whatever you want with that, but the external look should be preserved.
Okay, thank you very much.
Karel, I agree with George because it's necessary to add some information that the whole region is protected by Institute of Monuments Care. Yeah, and we need to respect the external design as a historical region. It's not possible to change, from my point of view, and I'm sure that it's not possible to implement their absolutely modern architecture design there. We need to respect some rules and so on. It's necessary to respect this information.
Mhm. Great.
Thank you very much. And okay, so do we have anybody here who would like to place a question? So, Irina?
Yes, please. What list of documents, drawings, maybe, or materials is required? Maybe you could do this list and make it like a demand for us.
Yeah, I think that we can prepare some list of the documents that will be required. I'm not sure if I'm just now able to talk about all of them, but probably some layouts, some maybe some sections, also some documents. For example, we are required also some ideas for structural designs of the damaged parts. So some report about that, maybe some views and stuff like that. But I think that we can prepare some list of the at least minimum required documents and then share it to the INSPIRELI or competition page.
Okay, thank you. It would be easier for us to understand what we need to prepare.
Maybe, Karel, you can say a little bit about this, what we usually receive and how the process goes. Because when a student loads the project, Karel can tell us what steps it takes you through.
Yes, I have to say that it's a standard situation that we require architecture plans or architecture projects. So it means it's really important to work on a sort of visualization because still we are a competition. And what I see, because we have now decade of INSPIRELI Awards, unfortunately, winning projects are quite often beautiful presented by visualization. It's something what we cannot anyway change. So great visualizations are selling architecture. So this is the first thing. The second, of course, because we have here investor, let's say the owner of the building, and owner is not focused only on the nice design, but they will deeply look at the ideas. So there should be a floor plans, the gettings, and everything what you can provide. So as more deeply or detailed you can present your ideas, it would be the best way. So it's a standard. However, look at INSPIRELI. You can see the galleries of a lot of projects and our old competitions, and it's the best way how to compare it with your presentation. It's nothing more. I think what is normal at the universities at the end of the terms. Yeah, when you finish your projects, you are doing the same. So please don't forget that it's not only about the picture. It's there is a real it's a real project. So there should be real connections and real parameters. So this is I don't know how to describe it more. Yeah.
I think it's great. Thank you. And maybe to this point, I will share my screen to speak to it a little bit. I hope you now see my screen. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So if you go to the homepage of INSPIRELI Awards and you go to the redesign of the Zahradky Castle, here is the page where you have more information with the gallery and all you will need. You asked also about what are the requirements in terms of technicalities. So the submission requirements are right at the first step, right at the first roll up menu, and you have the minimum submissions requirements. You can upload either a PDF or you can cut it into a few images, which is always better when you are going through when the jurors are going through all the projects, they can just list through a bunch of images, and then the rest of the, let's say, floor plans and the whole project behind it can be as a PDF, but either or. And we ask you to write in English, and there is a pretty big section that's determined to the text, to the writing about it. So you have a space where you can explain what you meant, and you can describe it so that we have a better idea of what it is. And then if I go back to the INSPIRELI, just a brief example how it looks. Here is, for example, a first one that was already in. So you'll get to choose the first picture and then write your project idea, project description, and then there can be more pictures. She just uploaded the PDF, so you can only see one here. But basically, you can look through the competition gallery and be inspired on the depth. But normally it is what you do for your project at school. That's perfect. We know that some people work on it for 1 semester, some people work for it for 2 semesters. So we know that you really can do an amazing job in the detail and floor layouts and the visualizations as well. I saw Ernest. Were you raising your hand?
Okay, thank you, Mariana. It was a very nice explanation by Iri. I think it's a really great project, really nice, that is between Renaissance and later Renaissance in Czech Republic, especially with the orangeries that were typical in the 17th century. My sort of, it's more like a suggestion than a question, is to involve as much as possible the architectural historians, experts of restoration. Like I mentioned, Professor Pavel Kalina, who is very much into this historical heritage and architecture, and other experts, because it's, as I understand, it's a protected monument, which needs its own considerations about the style, about architecture. So you can do certain things, but you not have the degree of freedom to do anything you like, because it's protected, it's heritage, it's tradition. So my advice is in this particular project to sort of be fit in the ground compared to other projects where you can have, or students can have, much more freedom. Said this, of course, it's very nice for students, and I'll try to involve, especially, I'll send it to my friends at Florence University, Academy of Arts of Firenze, to Andreas Giacomacatos, who is also a professor, and hopefully they will react positively. It's a very good project for architecture restoration, which we have in our university. It's in the 4th year. It's already mid-semester, but I would suggest it to them. And also my comment is just, please just send it as much as possible to architecture restoration schools. Especially mid-European tradition is necessary, in my opinion. But I don't want to take too much. So know-how about mid-European architecture of 15th to 17th century. So basically, if you are out of that, like if you are from Greece, for example, or I don't want to mention any, let's say Albania, you don't have, let's say, the expertise to tackle certain issues which are very specific, unless you are dealing with architectural historians and restoration experts which know the subject. So maybe this is just a limitation that I perceive, but otherwise the project is great. Congratulations to Iri and Carl, and to all of you, the INSPIRELI team, for this fantastic project. Thank you. Don't take it as discouragement, just to respect the traditional heritage is important. Sorry for interruption.
Thank you, Ernest. Thank you for suggesting. Well, the project is open to all the students. So anybody who is studying at the design school or architecture school can join in. And yes, it is a there is a certain restriction in it being a heritage, but at the same time, there can be a lot of very gentle touches that are brought from a modern architecture and merge it in a really nice modern project, because it will be used for a modern use, and we want to open it to people to keep using the house, not just as a museum or as a castle for visit, but also like make it alive again. Wonderful. Is there any other questions that anybody would have?
I was warning you. So, Tatiana, what about you? Do you have any questions? So please use this opportunity.
Yes, thank you. We have some questions I have from my students. We would like to see more photos of the room, including images showing the ceiling values on the first floor. And the photos of the first floor rooms, especially the round hall. If could we have something additional photos?
Yeah, hello. I think that I can look at it, and I have also some additional photos of the castle.
Yes,
and
especially first of the first floor, one very specific ceiling with values.
Yeah, I think I can look at it and find if I have some photo, or if we can manage to make some more photos of these places.
Thank you. Also, I have another question. Can a group students complete a project for the competition, just a castle, without touching the farmhouse or greenhouse, only interiors and project of castle, without other parts? All this is not correct.
Yeah,
I will answer this question. It's a let's say a standard habit in INSPIRELI that all our competitions, they allowed to any parts of the task to take in a design, because we know that we are now cooperating with 1,300 universities, and they have different let's say goals during their terms. So this is absolutely open, because from our experience, whenever there are students focused on any kind or any part of the project, quite often they create really nice designs, and at the end the investor has a problem to select the winners, but then they will do that, and there can be maybe more winners on some places, because sometimes the ideas are great. And from my point of view, definitely do what you feel that you are best in, and then we will select the winners. That will not be a problem. And I think that yeah, definitely do the part you really believe that you are the best in, and at the end we will combine a lot of ideas together.
Thank you. Thank you. I have something else. Questions.
Please ask.
It's definitely technical questions. How are the heating and ventilation systems planned to be implemented in this castle project, maybe? And is there some walls thinner than 400 centimeters will be live in this interiors, not destroyed?
So about this question, probably I will have to look at it and figure out how to honestly, just now I am not sure how to answer to this question, or if I am able to answer it right now.
Mhm. Okay,
It
so
will
we
be
will.
very I know that this is old building, and it would be very difficult to place, for example, ventilation and stuff like that, if in the case when we require, for example, lecture halls and stuff like that. But I think that because because there is a pretty serious damage of the ceiling and stuff like that, so I think that there will be place for that to place this in some way, because most of the ceiling and stuff like that will require some modification and some reconstruction.
Maybe I can go on with it. We have created there is INSPIRELI Awards, but we have created INSPIRELI Education, which is part where we connecting with the students and architects, new technologies and companies from built industry. And we are now in discussion with them, and we would like to give them a task to look at the castle and to find the solutions, technical solutions for any ideas which exist, because the sustainability with old buildings like the castle is really big task and big question, and it's university has no money to spend millions for heating and and ventilation. So there should be really smart solutions, and I hope that they exist. And in Czech Republic, we are connected with 144 companies already, and I hope that they will find some solutions, and maybe during the year we will be capable to share with you some ideas. Yeah, for example, the cooling from the ceiling. Yeah, it exists. It's already new. Yeah, I don't know, maybe 1 decade on the market, which I know, and so I think that university has no information about that, because it's a big problem, and there should be some invention from companies who are focused on that, and from the university. So in case you have any ideas, please write down. Yeah, maybe you will figure out the best way how to think about.
Yes, there's definitely
smart decision.
yeah, there is an innovative solution award that can be awarded for these kind of solutions. If you come up with something really great that can be implemented, it's highly
Oh,
appreciated.
thank you. No, thank you so much.
Have we answered all your questions?
I guess my students will ask you.
No problem. Thank you very much.
If possible, I have a question, one more, about inclusivity for people with disabilities. Is there some plans to implement some lift to reach upper floor for such kind of people? Because it's important for us to know if there are some place for it is planned. We need to know, maybe.
Jiří, do you know if there is any accessibility for wheelchair?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to discuss with our bursar to discussion if how we approach to this topic, and we will let you know.
Great. We will post it in the frequently asked questions on the website, and Jana can also email you. Great, perfect. Wonderful. Anybody else has a question? Maybe we have some space for 1 or 2 more. If there's anything interested. You want to pick one more person, Karel, and then we...
Yeah, I will do that again. What about Alexander? Do you have any question?
Or maybe I can ask you one more question.
Yeah, okay.
What is the main purpose of your castle? Maybe for whom it is? Is it a family-oriented, or for some travelers? What is your main visitors? Maybe for some business conferences. What is your clients? Maybe it's important to us to know for the what should we take in account when we plan our interiors.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we would like to have some, for example, exhibition in the ground floor. So that means basically everybody could go there to the exhibition, to the restaurants, and place like that. For example, on the other hand, to the lecture halls and rooms like that, it could be held, for example, for some meeting from university, or some maybe even some external company should hire this place for some of their meetings. So it could be open up basically for everybody. There isn't a limitation. For example, it will be just for university or just for someone. For example, everybody, let's say, design it as everybody could hire or rent the place, or everybody could visit the castle.
So both public, mainly
Okay,
public.
thank you.
Great. Perfect.
Mariana, I'd like to add some information because it's important for this question. It's necessary to say that Zahradky village is located very close to Macha Lake. Macha Lake is a very attractive tourist region, and during the summer periods arrive there more than 500,000 people. Yes, with some children and so, and spend the minimum 1 week, 2 weeks as a holiday there. Yes, and I recommend us to thinking about this and to the purpose of this castle oriented as a support of tourists, not only for exhibitions, conference, and so on. Because I'm not sure that they are able to fulfill during the whole year. Yes, the capacity of this building and so on, or the castle. Yes, I think that's important to say it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, good mention. Definitely, it's a very popular destination for families, holidays, even day trips. It's not far from Prague either. It's about an hour, 15 minutes. So it should be accessible for public. Great. Thank you. Unless there is one last question, I think there has been a lot of great insights, great information shared. We will post this video, as I was saying again, to the website. The website is inspireli.com/Zahradky. And you can find your questions there. If you have more questions, feel free to email Jana at her email, which is jana@inspireli.com. You probably have been already in touch with her. We will answer all your questions. We will post them in the frequently asked questions on the website as well. And we are really looking forward to seeing your designs. So remember, it can be any part of it. It can be the whole urban study. It can be whatever you are good at. We are really looking forward to seeing it. Thank you. Thanks to our guests, Mr. Černín and Mr. Brandtlík, for being here with us and presenting. Thank you as well, all you students and supervisors and teachers, for being here with us. We're very happy that you gave us your time and shared it with us. And if you have questions, like I said, just let us know. And that will be it from us. Thank you, and see you soon again, hopefully. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
You.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.